Yo guys, today we're looking at affordable inspirational fragrances or clones as some of you guys may call it from the house of Dossier. So this is a sponsored video. They did send me these 4 lovely fragrances for review here. I have the inspiration for Versace EROS, for BLEU Chanel, for Oud Woods, and for Aventus. Now how close are these to the original? How good are they actually? And are they worth the price? We're gonna find out all of that here in this video. Yo, what's up guys, Tim here, welcome back to another video, and today, like I said, we have 4 inspirational fragrances right here from the house of Dossier. Now, before I jump into the fragrances itself, this house, when you purchase a bottle, it's gonna come in this lovely packaging right here. Let me put one of the bottles back. So it comes in this really nice looking box. You open it up, and the fragrance sits right inside. You're gonna get 1 bottle, which is 50 ml here, alongside a sample that you can test out first before you crack into the bottle itself. So if you end up not liking this fragrance so much, maybe you can exchange for a different one so you're not ruining the product right here. Test it out here first. I think this is a really nice addition because most inspirational brands or cologne brands don't offer this, and most of the time you have to blind buy it. This company is really nice that they provide this sample for you alongside your purchase so you can see if you actually really like the scent before you go ahead and use it. Inside the box, you're also gonna get this little card right here that accompanies the fragrance. In the back here, you're gonna get the fragrance name up top here alongside what it's inspired from, the notes, and some other instruction, which is really nice. Now on to the fragrances. The first one here is called Fresh Woody No. 1. It is inspired by Chanel's BLEU de Chanel. I'm assuming the EDT variant of this one. A lot of these fragrances, all 4 of them actually that I have with me, tend to lean a little bit more on the fresher side of what they are inspired from, except for one of them that kind of leans on the fresher side but also has a lot of more different nuances. We'll get to that one later. So right off the top, Fresh Woody No. 1 is a fresher take on BLEU de Chanel EDT. This has a little bit more of an airy, almost aquatic kind of vibe to the BLEU Chanel. It's not 100% the same. It is, I would say, roughly 70 to 80% the same. Now in terms of the mass appeal, in terms of the enjoyability wearing this fragrance, is still a pretty mass appealing fragrance. Fresh Woody No. 1 still retains the BLEU Chanel's mass appeal, the freshness. It is really easy to wear, and it's one that I can imagine a lot of younger people wearing. Maybe you're in college, maybe you're just looking for something that's easy, grab, spray, and go type of fragrance. This one is really nice. Would recommend it for $29. Easy grab for anyone who's just looking for a fragrance to grab and go, especially if you're younger and you're on a budget. This one is an easy grab. Next one we're gonna test out is Fresh Woody No. 3, and this one is an inspiration of Versace EROS. Now Versace EROS is not the most expensive of all fragrances out there, if you guys may know. You can find it on discounter for relatively cheap, but this one is cheaper if you compare the price head to head. Now how close is it to the original EROS? We're gonna test it out right now. I gotta just remind myself here. So this one to me is way closer than the BLEU de Chanel is. I would say around 85 to 90% similar to the original EROS. It's more fresh, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. A lot of these clones do lean fresh, and this one definitely is one of those, again, that leans on the fresher side of things. And this one, who is it for really? I would say this is for someone who really just likes to have fun, more extroverted, maybe younger crowd, college age, who likes to just go to parties, who likes to have fun, who likes to come off a little bit more like an extroverted, fun-loving person would love a DNA like Versace EROS. And this one I would say is a nice pickup if you like the Versace EROS DNA, but you do not want to spend Versace EROS money. One caveat I'll say to this one is that since EROS is not that much more expensive than Fresh Woody No. 3, if you can spend a little bit more money, Versace EROS the original is a better fragrance in my personal opinion. But if budgeting is a thing and you're looking to spend the least amount of money possible while still having a really great fragrance in your collection, go with Fresh Woody 3. It's, like I said again, 85 to 90% similar to EROS. It's still a very good fragrance, and at $29, it is a good grab. Now on to what we're waiting for, Aventus and Oud Wood, right? I'm gonna do the Aventus first because Oud Wood, in my opinion, is the best one that they have. This Aventus inspired fragrance is called Fresh Woody No. 5. Now what you're gonna get out of this one is a very fresh Aventus. Now if you take Aventus and you tone down a lot of the fruitier elements to it and you tone down a lot of the darker elements to it, you up the citruses, you up a little bit of the sweetness, you get this. It's just a very fresh version of Creed's Aventus. Dare I say it's more like an old fresh version of Aventus, if you will. It doesn't have a lot of the dark notes that are in here, but it still retains the mass appeal factor for sure. It still smells somewhat like Aventus. It is kind of a true inspired by, if you think about it, because it's not really a clone. It takes Aventus and twists it in a way that makes it its own fragrance. That is something I actually like. I like how they take Aventus and made it another fragrance. It's like an Aventus flanker in a way, so imagine Aventus Old Fresh. This is what you're gonna get here with Fresh Woody number 5, and it smells very pleasant. It smells really, really nice, easy to wear. If you want an Aventus style fragrance, but you've always thought Aventus was a little bit too heavy-handed, a little bit too heavy, a little bit too cloying for you, this is a perfect one to grab, especially if you live in very hot, humid weather. This one, in my opinion, will serve you much better than original Aventus. This is one that I would actually consider wearing myself this summer, so I'm glad I have a bottle of this one now. And at $29, no-brainer. It is a good fragrance. I really have no complaints about this one, and like I said, I do look forward to wearing this one myself when summertime does hit Las Vegas, which is pretty soon now. Lastly, we have Oriental Woody 5. Now this is an inspiration of Oud wood. Now this one is very different from all the other inspiration fragrances in terms of the comparison to the original. This one feels like an entirely new fragrance. Now, this one does not smell a lot like Oud wood. I can see where the Oud wood comes in. It is kind of a very much a true inspired by Oud wood. It takes what Oud wood is and change it by quite a lot. Now, this feels like an Oud wood flanker. With the original Oud wood, you kind of get this really nice kind of dusty, woody fragrance with a light touch of sweetness, very regal, very professional smelling. This one takes it in a more deeper territory. This one makes it more dry, more spicy, more just intense in the woody notes. Less sweetness, but more intense in the dry, woody notes. I would say if Oud wood was to have like an Oud wood parfum edition or something like that, it would smell similar to this because it just takes the woodiness, amped it up, toned down the sweetness. It smells like a completely different fragrance. It is slightly fresher. Then Oud wood has a little bit of freshness up top, but again, it smells like a totally different fragrance. It smells like a flanker to Oud wood, and this one is my favorite. That's why I saved this one for last, because this is so good. I've worn this one now like 3 times to test it out, and I really can't stop smelling it. It is really, really good. If you like Oud wood, at any given capacity, you want to try something a little bit more intense, try this one, Oriental Woody 5. I would say, to be very precise, it's like I said again, more dry, more intense woody, but it has a little bit of a clean vibe as well, something akin to vetiver, if you will, in here. So it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit more dry, a little bit more intense in the woody department, and a little bit more fresh off the top than Oud wood. I like this one a lot, and this one I would say for $29 is a complete steal for me. This is one that I'm super, super excited about. And like I said again, if you like Oud wood, but you want something in a little bit more of an intense territory, I would go for Oriental Woody 5 by Dossier. It's just a really nice scent, and especially at $29, no-brainer. Alright guys, that's it for all 4 fragrances here today. Before we end this video, they are running a special right now on the Dossier website. You can get up to 25% off already super cheap fragrances like these ones. So they're already $29 as is. You can get up to 25% off, depends on how many bottles you purchase. So an even greater deal. This is like the best time to grab these fragrances. My recommendation would say grab Oriental Woody 5, grab Fresh Woody 5, which is the Oud wood and Aventus inspired. See if you like those ones for yourself, and why not? Grab the Bleu de Chanel as well, because Bleu de Chanel regular price is quite pricey as well. So yeah, grab the Bleu de Chanel one. Those 3 are my main recommendation. So yeah, that's it guys for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again Dossier for sending me this fragrances for review. You guys are awesome, and if any one of you want to check out Dossier fragrances for yourself, link is in the description below alongside their other information. And with that being said guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and bye.